This is my new repair project. My neighbor was throwing this treadmill out. Saw it on the side of the road as I was walking by it. And I thought, looks like a piece of junk, but it might be worth trying to repair it. So I asked him if he's throwing it out and what was wrong with it. And he told me that it was something he got for his dad right before his dad passed away 2 months later, which is unfortunate. And then it sat in his garage for 15 years, which is why it's so dusty. And he told me someone else was coming to get it. And I said, oh, well, that's fine. I guess, if they claimed it first, it's theirs. And he was like, do you want it? I was like, well, yeah. I mean, if they weren't going to take it, I'll take it. At least I figured if I can't get it to work, I'll get the motor out of it at least, and I can just keep that, toss the rest of it. Then he told me he was just paying the city $20 to come and get it. So he told me I could have it on one condition, that if it doesn't work, I don't bring it back to him. Which I told him I'm not that kind of guy who's just gonna, screw it, I'll just drop it back off at his house. And he told me, he said, in all honesty, to get it out of the garage, I cut a bunch of wires off of it. Which I thought, oh, well, that's not great. But still, I found this is likely the wire he's talking about. I only found one wire coming off of it. I'm not actually sure where this part goes. I think it must be on the bottom somewhere. But it looks like this is the power coming in. I hope it's just this that he cut. And it's going through a 15 amp fuse. Snipped a bit there. But that's not really a problem for me. I mean, all my house fuses or my house circuits are 15 amps anyway, so I could just hook power up to that. And it's not really a big issue for me. If the main thing I'm concerned about is the panel here, which is extremely dusty. Can barely even read it, but that is... Now, if the electronics here don't work, I can't really do much about that. In that case, I would try to find a way to bypass, to just control the motor with a VFD or something. I don't really need to see like my speed and my distance. I mean, it's mainly, I wanted a treadmill just to be able to walk when it's snowing and crappy weather out, so I can find a way around that. But hopefully the electronics work. It looks like there's just a plug here. 6-pin connector. And then some batteries I'll probably need to replace. But yeah, first thing we'll be cleaning it up and then hooking power up to it and seeing, hopefully that's all, that it powers up. If not, it'll be a lot more work to do. So here's the treadmill a little bit more cleaned up, at least this part. I wiped down. I need to clean up the band a bit. But let's take a look at this. So can store it upright, which is nice. And then down here, take a look. I see the green, black, and white wires cut. So I'm hoping, as far as I can see, those are the only wires that are cut. Everything else looks intact. This is pretty dusty board. I'll have to blow that down. Bunch of spade connectors. Those look okay though. So looks like he didn't, as far as I can tell now, cut any wires besides the power, which would be great. Oh, hello there. So I'm going to hook power up to these 3 wires. I'm going to strip them back, crimp them, put some spade connectors, connect them to a cord. I also have some transformer here. Must be to step up or down the voltage at the motor, I'm guessing. Yeah, we have 2 wires going into it. And then here's your motor. So this is what, worst comes to worst, we'll get the motor out of there. But yeah, I can only see these wires cut. So we'll clean this up, blow it down, and then get power to it. So here are my connections coming in. I get this power cable going in, and I put some of these connectors, spade connectors, on the wires connected to the treadmill and the wires on my cord. So I connected them via those and then just taped them up for a little added security. And then I got this fuse here that was with the treadmill. I just put that in series to keep it so there's a fuse on the system for some added safety in case it's like a quick blowing fuse or something better than just what's on my circuit breakers. So, all right, we're ready to start it up. Got it hooked up to the bottom, so have the door open in case something blows, but it should be fine. All right, there we go. Was the light green before? Insert key. Let me take this out. Don't know if this lit up or not. No, it didn't. Well, that's too bad. We'll need to.
Yeah.
Wait. Well, it has power. It says insert key. On, press on, reset. Reset, then set speed. Whoa! Cool. Sorry, maybe you should, it's probably going to be dusty. Alright, cool. So just a recap on it, I'm pretty psyched to find all the power electronics work. The motor, as well as speed control, does ramp the motor up and down. So that was all I was hoping for. So this is actually beyond my expectations, knowing even we have a power incline that works, which I was not expecting. So that's pretty cool. The last piece of this that I'm going to have to look into is the display screen, which is not something I really care too much about. I don't need to know how far I'm going, just I just walk for the time limit, but it would still be cool to have. It looks like there's just some corrosion on the battery powered terminals behind it, which looks like they power that up. So I'll have to take a look at those, clean those up, and then see if I can get the screen to come on. So I'm getting the treadmill to work, but the display screen is not coming on. And I put new batteries in there, which I assume are for the display screen, but as you can see here, they're really corroded, or the terminals are. The batteries are new. So I'm not getting voltage from red to black, so might have to clean the terminals up a little bit and see if then I can get the display screen to work. So great news, put the batteries in for the display board and it started up fine. Looks like it works well now, so if I put this on a bit. Switches from calories, fat calories, I don't know what that means. And then speed by the bars there. And then this one is distance, laps, and time. So it's really the best I could have hoped for. I mean, everything works. It just needed batteries and a new power plug. And this is another safety feature. If you take that out, it doesn't start up. You put it back in. Oh, maybe you gotta reset it. Don't know if I showed this, but power incline. Let's go to this. That's pretty cool. All from the side of the road. This would otherwise be in a landfill, so basically works just the same as a new one, except a little dirtier. So still gotta clean that up before my fiance will let me bring it into the house. Cheers. So here is the final form of the treadmill in our workout room. So cleaned up the belt a bit. It's good enough. It's going to be a work in progress. I'll get a little more of the smudges out, but it's basically done, ready to go. This comes on. My fiance cleaned the top up very well. So yeah, works great. It's a little bit loud, but a much, much better condition than I was expecting. Well, I just finished up a 30-minute workout on this, my first one, and Thankfully, no problems. Wanted to test it at long duration to make sure there's no white smoke puffing up after the first 15 minutes. Or anything that is fine for a few minutes, but just looks like it all runs beautifully. So I think that wraps it up. Until next time, if I find any other pieces of junk on the side of the road, I'll try to fix those up and document it. Whether it works out or not, this one was a success, but I think it's important to put up the failures too. So until next time.